In the long shadow of the Roman Empire, there is one mystery that has haunted historians for nearly 2,000 years. An entire Roman legion vanished. No final battle recorded, no official explanation, just silence. This is the story of the lost Ninth Legion, and the discovery that may have changed everything we thought we knew about it. At the height of its power, the Roman Empire stretched across 3 continents, from the deserts of the Middle East to the cold forests of Northern Europe. Its strength came from its legions, disciplined, professional, relentless. Among these legions was one that would become legendary for a very different reason. The Ninth Legion, known as Legio IX Hispana, formed during the final years of the Roman Republic. It fought in some of Rome's most important wars. It marched with Julius Caesar himself during the conquest of Gaul. Through mud, blood, and iron, the Ninth earned its reputation as one of Rome's most experienced fighting forces. For generations, it served the empire faithfully, but then it disappeared. The mystery begins in the Roman province of Britannia. In the 1st century AD, Rome was struggling to control the wild northern regions of the island. Tribes resisted Roman rule fiercely. Rebellions erupted again and again. Roman governors responded with overwhelming force. Legions marched north into unfamiliar terrain. Dense forests, cold rain, and hostile tribes who knew the land far better than the Romans ever could. For a long time, historians believed the Ninth Legion met its end here. The theory was dramatic. Some believed the legion marched north into what is now Scotland and was completely destroyed by northern tribes. No survivors, no escape. Just an entire Roman army swallowed by the wilderness. The idea captured imaginations. Books were written. Films were made. The legend of the Lost Legion became one of the greatest mysteries in Roman history. But there was a problem, a very big problem. The evidence didn't quite fit. Archaeologists began looking closer at the historical records. Roman historians, normally very detailed when describing disasters, said almost nothing about such a massive loss. When Roman legions were destroyed, the empire usually recorded it. The humiliation of the disaster in the Teutoburg forest, where 3 Roman legions were wiped out in Germany, was carefully documented. But for the Ninth Legion, nothing. No description of a catastrophic defeat in Britain. No mourning in Roman writings, just silence. So researchers started asking a different question. What if the Ninth Legion didn't disappear in Britain at all? What if it left? Archaeological discoveries began to shift the entire story. In the city of York in northern England, inscriptions confirmed the presence of the Ninth Legion during the early 2nd century. But then, around the year 120 AD, the records stop. At first glance, it seemed to support the old theory. But then something unexpected appeared thousands of kilometers away. Roman inscriptions discovered in the Netherlands suggested that soldiers from the Ninth Legion were still active there after they supposedly vanished. That meant the legion had not been destroyed in Britain. It had moved somewhere else. But where? The next clue appeared even farther from Rome's northern frontier. In the eastern provinces of the empire, inscriptions and military records from the region around modern-day Syria hinted at something extraordinary. Units connected to the Ninth Legion were possibly stationed there during the 2nd century. If true, it meant the legion had traveled from the cold edges of Britain to the hot deserts of the east. Why would Rome move such a battle-hardened legion across the empire? The answer may lie in one of Rome's most dangerous enemies, the Parthian Empire. The Parthians ruled a vast territory in the Middle East and Central Asia. They were one of the few powers capable of challenging Rome directly. Their cavalry armies were fast, deadly, and incredibly difficult for Roman legions to defeat. Wars between Rome and Parthia erupted repeatedly, and the eastern frontier was always unstable. If the Ninth Legion had been transferred there, it would have faced some of the most dangerous fighting in the ancient world. Some historians now believe the legion met its end not in Britain, but somewhere in the east, possibly during a forgotten campaign against Parthian forces, or during one of the violent rebellions that erupted across the region. If that happened, the destruction of the legion may not have been recorded clearly in surviving Roman texts. Many historical records from the eastern provinces were simply lost over time. Wars, fires, and the collapse of empires erased huge portions of ancient history. The final fate of the Ninth Legion may have disappeared with them. There is another possibility. Some scholars think the legion was quietly disbanded. In the Roman military system, legions that suffered heavy losses or disgrace could sometimes be dissolved. Their surviving soldiers transferred to other units. Their name erased from history. If the Ninth Legion had been shattered in battle or involved in a failed campaign, Rome might have simply removed it from the official list of legions. A silent ending for a once proud unit. What makes the story of the Ninth Legion so fascinating is not just the mystery itself. It is what it tells us about history. We often imagine the past as something fully known, recorded in books and preserved forever. But the truth is far more fragile. Entire armies can disappear. Great battles can be forgotten. And sometimes history leaves us with nothing but fragments. A broken inscription, a damaged tablet, a clue buried beneath centuries of earth. The legend of the Lost Legion continues to evolve as archaeologists uncover new evidence. Every excavation, every new inscription, has the potential to rewrite what we think we know. Did the Ninth Legion die in the misty forests of northern Britain? Did it fall in battle against Eastern cavalry on the edge of the Roman world? Or did it simply fade away, its soldiers absorbed into other units of the empire? For now, the truth remains hidden somewhere in the shadows of history. But one thing is certain. The Ninth Legion did not simply vanish without leaving a trace. The clues are out there, scattered across the ruins of the Roman world, waiting for someone to piece them together. 2,000 years ago, thousands of Roman soldiers marched under the eagle standard of the Ninth Legion. They fought for glory, for pay, for the empire today. Their final chapter is still unwritten, and somewhere beneath the dust of time, the Lost Legion may still be waiting to be found.